Hey, I got another spreadsheet for you. This one looks at taxes per state based off of a few different websites and a few different criteria. So I kind of mixed a couple different websites together to show where your unique taxes might be the most per state. So a quick rundown on which sites I look at. Mainly it's, let's go to here, Smart Asset, and for property or for state and federal taxes, and then property taxes as well. So if we go look over at Smart Asset, if you look at their retirement tax friendliness calculator and you enter your information depending on your state, let's go with California, they'll show how much your federal tax is and also your state and local and total tax, and then it will show if it's tax friendly. And here it's saying it's not tax friendly, but the spreadsheet might show otherwise. And then it'll tell you if the state taxes Social Security, retirement accounts, or some other information. And I found it to be a little bit on the low side because there's usually some other taxes for state or localities that you may notice. And also for their property tax calculator, you again put in your location, you can do a drop down and then your location and then your home price. So the spreadsheet will allow you to change this information, and then you'll also, and this too is a little bit low from what I could see, so just a gauge of what your taxes might be. Here I got the sales tax, and again it's a estimation, it wasn't exact. And here was another site. I didn't do this part, but something that I may do is you can enter in your location and your city or county, I don't remember which one it was, and then it will give you your residential electricity costs, and depending on how much electricity you use, it could figure that out as well. And then there's also gas or fuel taxes as well. There are different areas that could be checked out, but the main ones I'm looking at are federal and state taxes, income taxes, and then property tax and sales tax. So those are the main areas to look at. And let's look at the summary real quick. If you looked at the Smart Asset website, it asks you exactly these items right here. So your Social Security income, retirement income, wages, location, year of birth, filing status, and then how much income you're getting from your different pensions. And then depending on the state, it will tax either the public or private ones differently as well. So with that information, it will figure out the federal taxes, state taxes, combined amount. And then with this information about your assessed home value, saying it's $500,000, it will show you the percentage of your property tax and then the estimated property tax value each year as well. And here I entered how much your taxable expenses are. It depends on the state how much or what is taxed for sales tax. So sometimes food or clothing or something like that might be tax-free, but other items like snacks or electronics or things would be taxed. So you would just want to do your taxable expenses for that state. And here's a little checkbox. If you're making a bunch of these changes, you might not want the table to update automatically because it is pulling for each state every time you make a change. So it could be up to 50 times per change, which may limit, Google may limit it, or the website may limit to how many times you can call it. It's usually temporary, so usually if I'm making a bunch of changes, I'll usually check this, and then the table won't update until you're done entering the information. You uncheck this and then it goes back. Here is how you sort or order your table. Each one of these headings is sortable, and then some of these are collapsed as well. Like state average or national average wasn't that interesting, so I just collapsed those. Same thing with here. Hopefully the website will show if it's tax friendly or not, so I just closed those as well. And then also here it shows some more breakdown that I just collapsed, so I didn't need to see it. And then here's again some of the other information that isn't really needed, but I included in the spreadsheet. So again, here, this part is what you want to sort. So here I'm sorting the total taxes pretty much by ascending. So if you wanted it to be descending, so you want the most expensive places, you got Connecticut, Illinois, and Texas, according to these values. So I'll show you how to adjust the home value in a second, but otherwise you can change that. And then maybe you're interested in staying below $18,000 a year. So you could put in here 18,000, and then it gets rid of all those higher tax states and just leaves you with these areas. So then it might be easier to see if you want to live in a colder area. Maybe find your first state that is a little bit warmer, more to your comfort level, or just see them all, and you can pick where you'd rather live with maybe some friends or family in the area. Quick comparison, you can pick up to 2 states here to quickly look at the values without expanding them out. Maybe you're looking between Georgia and Illinois. I'll show you where this 100% comes into play in a second as well, but here otherwise you can see the different values. This information is pretty much going to be the same since it's just the federal taxes. Here it's saying it's very tax friendly, and Illinois is tax friendly, and that's really not what I'm seeing, but that was according to the website, and that was from the website Smart Assets. So maybe it's not exactly correct in this circumstance. Maybe there's some different things that we're looking at, but if Social Security is taxed, some of the just other information that you get from the website, I just pulled it in here so you can see. The big thing is property tax. You pay $5,000 for the same priced home, and over $14,000 for a similar price home in Illinois. And depending on your areas where you're living, it could be increased or decreased depending. And then again, some of this average stuff doesn't really matter, but I just left it in here. State taxes, it's a little bit more in Georgia, but comparatively you're paying about $600 more in sales tax. And then combined tax is about $18,000 compared to almost $27,000 in Illinois. So all that information is derived from here. So you update this information, and then in the data sheet, you can say how much your home is priced according to this base amount. So here we have $500,000, so that's a pretty nice home in most places, but maybe in Denver you'd need to spend a little bit more, or in Michigan it might be a little less, or maybe you want to just transfer over whatever your home price was. So if it's going to be more, you could increase it here. So maybe the California home would be maybe just a little bit more expensive, and then you can see it's updating. Give it a second, and then the property tax for California would increase according to that. And then if you're not interested in living maybe with certain states, you can always uncheck those. Say anything that starts with an A, and then you can come back here and those states are skipped altogether. So it kind of helps narrow down these different states. So let's just add those back in, and then you can look at the map. So with the values I entered, the green states are the cheapest. And again, we were looking at Wyoming and Alaska, and most expensive ones are like Texas, Illinois, New England area. And then you can see that again, the different assets different sites I'm pulling from, Smart Asset mainly. Had some other information about the property taxes. I think this is coming from Smart Asset as well, yeah. And these are the states that tax Social Security. So I'm getting this information mainly through a custom function. So right now I'm doing it under Get Taxes. So if I look at the script editor real quick, you shouldn't have to mess with this, but unless something changes. So here's the custom function for Get Taxes. Again, I'm going to the Smart Asset website to get let's see, the taxes for federal and state income taxes, and then property taxes is the next section, and then sales taxes as well. And then I do all the calculations and spit all that back out into the regular spreadsheet under the data tab. And yeah, you shouldn't really have to do too much unless some things changes. One thing I did use is use Google Maps to get the location to get the sales tax in that region. So the more precise location you have for your location, the better. So like a zip code or something like that might be better than a state altogether, or a city. So that information will get pulled in automatically. One additional thing, in case the script doesn't run or the custom function doesn't run, you may need to do it manually first. So if you come into the script and go to the Get Taxes, all you gotta do is click run at least once. It might show you permission. So you just need to allow it to connect to an external site. It's connecting to those different websites from Smart Asset and to get the sales tax. So you allow it, and then this may error out, but the permission was given. So you can always double check to make sure what it's doing in the script is that it's only going to a Smart Asset here, and then to get the sales tax as well down below, yeah, here. And then it's also getting the maps. So that should be all you need to do additional if it doesn't give it the permission to you automatically. So when I was running it, it didn't ask me for permission, but if I come into the script editor and run it for the first time, it will ask for permission. So next time if I try to run it, it won't ask for the permission. It will still fail because we're not passing in the proper arguments, but that would probably be it. So you'll be able to get this information from my website at 55e.co. So if you just go to Taxes by State, and you should be able to make a copy of the Google Sheet spreadsheet and work with it from there. There'll be a preview below, and this video will also be included. So if you have any suggestions or comments, please let me know below, and thanks a lot. Bye.